Hello my lovely crafty people and welcome back. Today we're carrying on with the DiScArDeD journal, and I feel like I've come to a natural stop with the bits that I've been looking at the rusted palettes. So if you remember, this was the last page I created. I've still got to do a title. So using my student guide from Miss Baker, I'm moving on to look at this focus, the waste and environmental impact of discarded items. So we're going to look at the overconsumption, the effect that has on our climate, looking at the textile industry, looking at, to begin with, plastic. Now, plastic is a real problem. It surrounds us in our everyday life. Just sitting here at my desk and looking around the room, I can see so many items that are plastic. The glue bottles, the glue spreaders, the pen casing, the storage tubs even, and even with the stickers you get so much waste of plastic. So for this part of my sketchbook, I'm going to start looking at plastic. So the first part I'm going to do is this double page spread, and I'm just going to do a bit of a mind map, including a whole range of plastics that I found around me. I've got this lovely kind of like box frame that I'm going to create like a shaker of mini plastics, microplastics, things that end up in our oceans. So after gathering all my materials together, I've cut some of them up into strips and other shapes, and I'm just going to stick them down onto the background of this page, just creating a plastic collage with a mix of soft plastics, moulded plastics, harder plastics. It's like wallpaper, but it is plastic. And it's just, yeah, all the different plastics that I literally have just raided my recycling bin, raided my scraps drawers, raided kind of around the house. I think that's the top of a frozen chip bag. So we've got some bubble wrap, we've got some crisp wrappings. This is a bulb net, and I just found it. Really random. I am that random person. If I find something interesting, I just pick it up. Some chocolate wrappers. You can see I've got some carrier bags there, some plastic foam. It's like a grip mat that you put in your drawers and your cupboards to hold plates and cutleries and stuff in place. So I use it in my gel plate printing, and it gives a really good texture, but it's rubber, so it's plastic. This is just some plastic foam packaging. I think it was wrapped round some shelves I bought. The orange peel, so that's the top of a carrier bag, just going in there, making sure everything's stuck down. So I'm just using my my splodge even, which is PVA and Marvin medium mix, and you can see I'm just layering up different colours, different shapes, different plastics. Start to see how bad my diet actually is. I live on crisps, chocolate and gluten-free goodies. So just this purple plastic it's like a netting, and I don't know where I found it. It was when I was looking for some texture stuff to do gel plate printing with. I found a roll of it, probably at the scrap store, I think. But yeah, it doesn't stick very easily, so just going over things, sticking different things down. I'll weight that down with a glue pot. I have so many bits and bobs around my desk that I could just use to weight things down. So just moving on to the next page, and again I'm just going to cover the whole page with different types of plastics. And then I was going to add quotes and things to the page, but actually I think the page speaks for itself. You'll see in the next video, the next part of this video, that I come to that decision. And I did Google and I did kind of research some plastic facts about plastic pollution. but actually I just wanted to explore the different plastics I have in my home and that are easy to use to me. Most of these are single-use plastics. Most of these are non-recyclable plastics. So actually just having a go at sticking them down, seeing which ones are easy to stick, which ones are easy kind of to manipulate a little bit. And I'll do some more manipulation in my next video. I talk about that later on in this video. Next steps, I think I call it. So more things to weight things down. Just filling in all the gaps, that bubble wrap that is just everywhere. A few more bits to stick down. Can't not have a blister pack in there somewhere. Again, non-recyclable. It's a slightly harder plastic, but it is a single-use plastic. Yeah, it just is amazing how quickly you can gather enough materials together. So I'd really like to actually look at some fashion using some of these single-use plastics. And when it comes to my artist study, I'm going to look for an artist who uses these single-use plastics. So here's that shaker box I mentioned right at the beginning. I've stuffed it full of loads of little bits of plastic, mostly little game pieces, and then it's like plastic ribbon. I think it's packaging from like a parcel, like if you're given a gift or something. So I'm just using my Yoo-hoo glue to glue the edges down, and then I will run round the edges with the sewing machine. And if I use the zipper foot, I'll be able to get in right close up to the edge. That will just secure this in place, so we're not going to be finding little bits of plastics falling out everywhere. So just sticking it all in. And these are just sewing, well, there's little sewing pegs. You just use them to keep your sewing in place. So here is the finished page of my plastic mind map. And when I was looking at this page, I thought, why have I done this page? Why have I just created this lovely pretty collage? So I wrote out my thought processes in my plastic waste college. So in producing these pages, I wanted to experiment with some of the discarded plastics I found around my home. The plastic wrappings from food were the easiest to cut and stick. I want to explore and experiment this further. The grid gauze type plastics will be good for sewing into and will hold lengths of plastic using weaving, stitching or other joining methods. Some of the harder plastics, buttons, blister packs, Lego bricks, etc. all require careful thought when it comes to attaching or manipulating. They didn't stick that well. To extend my look at household plastic waste, I'll use heat, water, punches, machine and hand stitching, and I want to stay true to the bright colours in my next steps. So for my next steps, I'm going to have a go at manipulating plastics using heat and a range of other methods. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll speak soon.